My first near-death experience was in 1998, and it was 8 weeks into nursing school. And I was speeding to go pick my daughter up because we were supposed to test out of a bunch of different things so that we could start clinicals when we got back from our break. And I was driving 99 miles an hour, and I hit a pothole. And my car went into oncoming traffic, and a Mack truck was coming, probably going around 50 some miles an hour. And I collided with that Mack truck. And it was really pretty amazing because right before that, everything turned into slow motion. So I had time to think like, okay, if I can just get to the ditch in time, then I'm going to be okay. And then all of a sudden I heard this lovely, beautiful, sweet voice say, "You're going to be okay." And then peace came over me. And so I was like gone before the impact. And I woke up on the correct side of the road. There was a paramedic that heard the accident. He was on his day off, and he came up to the window and he was tapping on the window, and he did his clinical assessment, asked me if I knew my name, knew what year it was, all of that stuff. And I didn't know any of it. I only knew 2 things. I knew I had a daughter, and I knew I was going to be a nurse. That's all. And I just kept repeating myself, I'm going to be a nurse. I have a daughter. I have to go get my daughter. And he asked me what her name was. I didn't know what her name was. He asked me where she was. I had no idea. Everything was just gone, but I just knew that I had a daughter. So I was taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and I didn't have any physical injuries. There wasn't even a scratch or a bruise on my body. I did have a traumatic brain injury where I lost my long-term memory and my short-term memory. But during that experience, when I was out, I was taken to this room, and it was pink. And it was so loving. It's really even hard to describe that love that I felt, because there's nothing here on earth that really compares to it. So it's really it's a little bit challenging for me to describe that feeling, but it was unconditional love. And I felt really safe. And there was all this trust, and there was so much peace. But that's all I saw was just the pink light. I didn't see any other beings or anything like that. I'll jump to the near death that I just recently had, which was in April of 2020. And I got really sick. I was exposed to mold and the virus at the same time. And I knew that I was dying. My pulse was getting really weak, and I couldn't breathe, and my blood pressure was dropping. So I just knew that it was happening. And I thought to myself, divine team of medical angels. And it was just right that second when my soul rose above my body, and I was in this white room, and it was a team of angels, and they were doing soul surgery. They opened up my soul. They were pulling things out, putting things back in, just fixing things. And then I was standing face to face with God. And there was a gate, and one side of the gate was open. And on the other, the gate was gold. And on the other side of the gate, everything was gold. It was just so majestic and beautiful, beyond anything that I've ever seen before. And God said to me, it is a mess down there. And I just said, I know, I can't leave it like this. I have to go back. And I knew my daughter was getting married, and I really wanted to come back and go to her wedding, but I also knew that I had to come back for a bigger purpose. So I looked down at my body, and then I just started like floating through this time of nothingness. It was just very peaceful and loving. And I was back in my body, and I woke up, and I knew that I had been healed of the virus, but I still had to heal from the mold exposure. And looking back, I really wish that I would have done a little better bargaining while I was up there. Because, you know, maybe the healing journey would have been a little less tumultuous. But during that process of healing, I began speaking another language. And it just came out of my mouth one day. And I was told it is the language of the light of the divine, and to speak it with intention. And they also said that we are in Earth school. That's what Earth is. And then throughout this whole healing journey from the mold, other gifts started coming in. Like it's just been amazing. Like all of the gifts that I had before, like the seeing, the hearing things, the knowing, everything has just been amplified. It has made it just a little bit more challenging being back here on Earth, because I pick up everything that's going on in the world, in the collective. So I really do wish that it was Valentine's Day every single day, because that day is when the frequency on the planet is the highest, because everybody just steps into that place of love. You know, there's roses, and even if they're not happy, like it's still like in the back of their mind, and it shifts the frequency. It makes it a little bit challenging, like stepping out into the world and feeling what other people are feeling, and even their physical pain. Like I can sense the physical ailments that are going on within their body, and definitely the emotional. So that is a little bit challenging. So I'm still trying to figure out how to really adapt to these new frequencies that I have come back with, so that I can do what it is I'm supposed to do while I'm here, which is heal people, because the language I speak heals people. And then I've also been shown how to treat and heal people from a distance. It doesn't matter where they are. Energy travels outside of space and time. And I don't need to see the person in order to do a healing for them. It's actually better if I don't, and we just do it over the phone, because I work with them on an energetic level. So I'm still navigating, trying to figure out how to be back in Earth school. People can heal from anything. And through these near-death experiences, one of the, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but it was this gift of unconditional love. And love heals everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Love will heal everything. And when a person can release all of those things that are keeping them back from being what their true essence is, which is love, because source energy is this magnificent, divine, unconditional love, when they can get to that place, then they are free of all of it. And everybody can do it. They absolutely can. You can reach me by going to christamarie.com, and it's CHRISTAMARIE.com. And you can just simply make an appointment, and then we can move forward.